Hey there, ready to unlock some serious self-knowledge.
Always.
Today, we're diving deep into some Jewish teachings on self-discovery.
That's right.
We're using this YouTube masterclass called Transforma tu vida con esta masterclass gratuita as our guide.
Which translates to, just so everyone knows, transform your life with this free masterclass.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a really cool blend of motivational talk and practical advice, all about using ancient wisdom to deal with, modern life problems.
Yeah,
But it is a little all over the place.
it is.
So we're here to kind of extract those golden nuggets, those takeaways.
And we're your masterclass translators.
Exactly.
Okay.
So you can actually use this stuff because honestly, who hasn't felt lost at some point?
Right.
Like you're living someone else's life.
Totally.
This masterclass tackles that head on.
Yeah.
And it starts by saying we're just bombarded with choices these days.
Yeah. And too many choices can lead to decision paralysis.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
So it's like that thing where you're staring at Netflix for an hour and there are 10,000 shows,
Exactly.
but nothing's speaking to your soul.
Yeah, it's the paradox of choice. We have all these options, but then we feel paralyzed instead of liberated.
Exactly. And so then we end up kind of on autopilot.
Right.
Just following what our family or society expects of us.
Yeah, and even if you find success on that path, you could still have this nagging sense of dissatisfaction. Is this IT?
Totally.
Am I really living up to my full potential?
That's like you achieve a goal and then you feel empty,
Right.
not fulfilled.
Yeah.
So the masterclass says there is a way out of this rut. And it introduces this concept called lecha.
Yes, lecha,
I'm probably saying that wrong.
which is Hebrew for go to yourself.
Go to yourself.
Yeah, and it comes from the story of Abraham and the Torah.
Okay.
And it's this idea that before embarking on any outward journey, the most important journey is an inward one,
Wow.
a journey of self-discovery.
I totally get that. It's like you can change your job, your city.
Right.
But if you don't know yourself,
Yeah.
you just keep bumping into those same inner roadblocks.
Exactly. Yeah, that inner journey is really crucial to unlocking true fulfillment.
So how do we actually go to ourselves?
Yeah. So the masterclass talks about this idea of your natural portion.
Natural portion.
Kind of sounds like a healthy meal plan.
It does.
But it's actually about
Right.
the unique set of talents
Okay.
and inclinations and purpose that you were born with.
Okay.
It's like a blueprint
Oh, interesting.
for living your most fulfilling life.
So how do we decode this blueprint? How do we figure out what that natural portion is?
Well, the masterclass actually uses these really powerful examples from Jewish tradition to illustrate this.
Okay.
For example, the story of Rabbi Rabbah.
Okay, Rabbi Rabbah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a prominent Talmudic sage, and his son had this intense urge to destroy things.
Okay.
But instead of trying to squash that urge, Rabbi Rabbah actually channeled it.
Oh, wow.
He bought his son broken objects and let him go wild.
Seriously.
Yes.
So the takeaway there is instead of fighting our nature,
Yeah,
we should embrace it.
exactly.
Even the destructive parts.
Well, find constructive outlets for those destructive parts.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not about denying who we are,
Okay.
but actually harnessing our natural tendencies for good.
I love that. So instead of trying to fit into a mold that doesn't quite work,
Yeah,
we figure out what our unique mold is
right.
and then kind of go with that.
Exactly. There's this other great analogy in the masterclass about the dove returning to its nest.
Oh, okay.
Each dove has a specific nest,
Mm-hmm.
a place where it belongs.
Okay.
And finding your natural portion is like that.
It's about finding where we belong.
Exactly. Finding where you naturally fit in the world.
But how do we actually find it? I mean, that's the million-dollar question, right?
Well, the masterclass offers this framework of the 3 pillars of Kabbalistic self-knowledge.
Ooh, Kabbalistic self-knowledge. Now we're talking.
Yeah.
Okay, break it down for me. What are these pillars?
All right. So pillar number 1 is your lunar birth date.
Okay, my lunar birthday.
Yeah. So converting your regular birthday to the Hebrew lunar calendar.
Ooh, so a new birthday to celebrate. I like where this is going.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's about more than just the date.
Mm-hmm.
It's about what that date reveals about your soul's energy.
Okay, so we can analyze the specific date.
Yeah, you can even look at what day of the week you were born
Okay.
and its associated planetary influence.
So if you're a Monday child, that means something.
Exactly. Each day has a planetary connection and its corresponding energy.
Interesting.
Another piece of the puzzle of you.
I love it. Okay, so that's pillar number 1. What's pillar number 2?
So pillar number 2 is your birth portion, or parasha in Hebrew.
Parasha, okay.
And this is the weekly Torah portion.
Okay.
That corresponds to your birthday.
So every week, there's a section of the Torah read in synagogues.
Exactly.
And mine's based on when I was born.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's about seeing yourself reflected in that portion's themes and stories.
Wow. So it's almost like I'm a character in the Torah.
Think of it that way. Like, find your character in the grand narrative of the Torah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 pillars down, 1 to go. What's that third pillar all about?
All right. So the third pillar is all about your Hebrew name.
My name. Okay.
Yeah. So if you have a Hebrew name, you can start to explore its deeper meaning.
Okay.
And if not, you might even consider finding one that resonates with you, maybe based on your lunar birth date or your birth portion.
Oh, so it's like I could discover my true Hebrew name
Yeah.
based on these other 2 pillars.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Yeah. And don't forget, each Hebrew letter has meaning and a numerical value.
Okay.
So even just understanding the letters in your name can be really illuminating.
I love that. It's like a superhero origin story, but for my soul.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we've got these 3 pillars: lunar birth date, Torah portion, and Hebrew name.
Yeah. So it's less overwhelming now.
It's feeling less overwhelming, more like a treasure hunt.
Exactly.
I like it. Okay, but now what? We have all this self-knowledge. How do we actually use it in our everyday lives?
Yeah. That's where it gets really interesting, and that's what we'll unpack in part 2.
Okay, can't wait.
All right. So those 3 pillars we were talking about.
Oh, okay.
The lunar birth date, Torah portion, Hebrew name.
Right.
They're not just these, like, mystical concepts.
Yeah.
They're actually super practical.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Because I was wondering, like,
Wow.
how do we actually use this stuff in real life?
Yeah. So let's start with that lunar birth date you were excited about.
Okay, good.
There are websites and apps that can easily convert your birthday to the Hebrew calendar.
So I can just Google that.
Yeah, exactly.
Privilege.
And then let's say it turns out you're a Monday child.
Okay.
Well, Monday is connected to the moon's energy,
Okay.
which is all about intuition and emotions
Oh, right.
and nurturing.
So maybe that's why I cry during those ASPCA commercials.
Right?
But no, seriously, if you're a Monday child,
Yeah.
maybe you're more in tune with your feelings.
Yeah, or have a knack for taking care of others.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so it's not about putting yourself in a box,
Right.
but using this as a starting point.
Right. A little peek behind the curtain.
Exactly.
Into my soul.
Yeah.
All right. Lunar birthday. Decoded.
Okay.
What about the second pillar, the birth portion from the Torah?
All right, so for this one, you're going to need to find out which weekly Torah portion
Okay.
actually lines up with your birthday.
Mm-hmm.
There are charts and resources online
Okay.
that can help you with this.
So, like, if mine is the story of Noah's Ark,
Yeah.
I would then deep dive into that part of the Torah.
Exactly.
Okay.
You'd explore the symbolism,
Mm-hmm.
the characters, the lessons within that narrative.
Okay.
But here's where it gets really cool.
Oh, okay.
You can start to see yourself reflected in that story.
Wait, so I'm like a character in the Torah.
Think of it that way.
Well-
What challenges did Noah face?
Okay.
What were his strengths, his weaknesses?
Mm-hmm.
How did he overcome obstacles?
And thinking about those things might give me some insight into my own on-WN life.
Exactly.
Wow.
It's about finding the universal
Yeah.
within these specific ancient stories
Yeah.
and connecting the dots to your modern experience.
Man, I never thought about the Torah like that.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so much to think about.
Right.
What about the third pillar, the Hebrew name?
So this is where things get personal.
Okay.
If you already have a Hebrew name,
Mm-hmm.
you can explore its meaning.
Okay.
If not, you might consider finding one
Okay.
that really resonates with you, maybe based on your lunar birth date
Mm-hmm.
or your birth portion.
So it's not necessarily about adopting a whole new identity,
Right.
but more about uncovering this deeper meaning or
Mhm.
finding a name that truly reflects you.
Yeah, exactly. And don't forget, each Hebrew letter has meaning and a numerical value.
Right.
So
Mhm.
even just understanding the letters in your name can be illuminating.
So if my Hebrew name is Sarah, for example, I'd look into the meaning of Sarah and see what they say about me.
Exactly.
Cool.
Yeah. And maybe even learn about any biblical figures who share
Yeah.
that name.
Okay, so now we've got these 3 pillars,
Mhm.
these clues.
Yeah,
It's less overwhelming, more like a treasure hunt.
exactly.
Okay, so we've got all this self-knowledge.
Right.
But now what?
Yeah.
What do we do with it?
Well, the masterclass says this knowledge can be a game changer
Okay.
for decision making.
So instead of just going with my gut,
Yeah.
I can use my natural portion to make choices that are more aligned with who I am.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's imagine you're facing a career change.
Okay.
You could reflect on your lunar birth date, your birth portion, your Hebrew name.
Okay.
What do they reveal about your strengths, your values, your purpose?
So if my birth portion highlights like leadership and my Hebrew name signifies creativity, maybe I should look for a job that combines those two.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's not about a rigid set of rules, but using these insights as a compass.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's like a compass guiding you.
Yeah.
Okay.
To a more fulfilling path.
But decisions, what about relationships?
Yeah, so when we understand ourselves better, we can understand others better too.
So less judgment, more empathy, because everyone's working with their own natural portion.
Exactly.
Okay.
And recognizing that everyone is on their own unique journey.
Yeah.
Makes us more compassionate and leads to stronger relationships.
That makes total sense. But I have to ask, what about when we feel totally stuck?
Okay.
Like we know we're not living in alignment, but we don't know how to change.
That's where the masterclass gets really practical.
Okay, good.
It offers some actual tools and techniques for overcoming those blocks.
Give me an example.
Well, one of the tools it mentions is meditation.
Okay, so not just sitting there in silence,
Right.
Specific techniques
Yeah.
to tap into that inner wisdom.
Exactly.
Okay, what else?
Prayer is another powerful tool.
Okay, so not just asking for things,
Yeah.
but aligning yourself with a higher power.
Yeah.
Opening yourself up to guidance.
Exactly. And then there's things like
Okay.
studying sacred texts, acts of kindness, connecting with nature.
I'm seeing how these ancient practices can be so relevant today.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's about incorporating those into your routine.
Yeah.
Not just as one-time things,
Right.
but as an ongoing way to keep growing and discovering yourself.
So it's about creating a lifestyle that supports that journey.
Exactly. A lifestyle that supports your journey toward wholeness.
Okay, we've covered so much.
Yeah.
But I have one more question.
Okay.
Are there any potential downsides to all this self-analysis?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Yeah.
It's crucial to approach this with discernment.
Okay.
Remember, these are tools, not rules.
Okay.
Don't get rigid or dogmatic.
So balance is key, exploring these concepts,
Yeah.
but also being open to life's surprises.
Exactly.
Okay.
Remember, self-discovery is a journey, not a destination.
Right.
And you don't have to do it alone.
Okay.
There are teachers, mentors, communities that can help guide you.
It's about finding the people who resonate with you.
Exactly.
Okay. I'm feeling inspired.
Okay, good.
We've talked about lecha, the natural portion, those three powerful pillars.
Right.
Decisions, relationships, finding our purpose.
And we've emphasized that this is just the beginning of a lifelong journey.
But before we move on to part 3,
Okay.
I want to go back to something about finding our place in the community.
Yes, like that dove returning to its nest.
Exactly. It's not just about individual self-discovery. It's about understanding how we fit into the bigger picture.
Exactly.
So how do we find that nest, where we truly belong?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And it requires looking both inward and the outward.
Okay.
It's about connecting with others who share your values and passions.
Okay.
Finding communities that support your growth and inspire you.
So it's about taking those unique gifts we've discovered about ourselves and using them to make a positive impact on the world.
Yes.
Okay.
And sometimes finding your nest means stepping outside your comfort zone.
Oh, okay.
Try new things, meet new people.
Be open to those unexpected connections. Trust that we'll find the communities that are meant for us.
Exactly. And the journey of finding your place is just as rewarding as the destination itself.
It's all about trusting the process.
Yeah.
Learning from every experience and knowing that we're exactly where we need to be every step of the way.
And sometimes that most profound feeling of belonging comes from realizing we're all interconnected, part of something much bigger than ourselves.
That's beautiful. All right, ready for part 3?
I am. Let's go.
We've covered so much ground already.
Yeah, we have.
From lecha to those 3 pillars.
It's a lot.
But I think what's really stood out to me is how practical this all is.
Right. It's not just theory.
Yeah, exactly.
It's about giving you tools you can use.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like those 3 pillars we keep coming back to.
Right.
The lunar birth date, Torah, portion.
That's my Hebrew name.
They're like keys, right?
Yeah, to unlock these hidden parts of ourselves.
Exactly.
I love that.
Yeah.
And something else that really stuck with me.
How we shouldn't shy away from those parts of ourselves that we might see as like negative or flawed.
You're talking about the story of Rabbi Rabbah and his son.
Yes. With those destructive urges.
Right. And instead of shutting those urges down, he found a way to channel them.
It makes you wonder, what if instead of trying to fit some perfect mold, we embraced all of who we are?
That's powerful.
Even the messy bits.
Yeah, what if those messy bits are actually where your most unique gifts are hiding?
It's like that Japanese art of kintsugi.
Oh, yeah.
Where they repair broken pottery with gold, making those cracks part of the beauty.
It's not about denying our imperfections, it's about integrating them.
Yeah, to become a more authentic self.
Yeah, exactly. A more whole version of ourselves.
And isn't that where the real transformation happens?
Absolutely.
When we align with all of who we are.
Yeah.
Our natural portion, as they call it.
You become more magnetic, you shine brighter.
People can feel that authenticity, that confidence.
Absolutely. And that leads to more fulfilling relationships, more meaningful work.
Deeper sense of purpose.
It all starts with that inner journey.
Yeah.
That willingness to go to yourself.
Like they say in the masterclass, the most important journey is the one inward.
And that journey's open to anyone.
Yeah, no matter your background or beliefs.
Right. It's for anyone who wants to live a more fulfilling life.
Know themselves better.
Exactly.
And it's a journey that never ends, is it?
No, I don't think so.
There's always more to learn.
Yeah, more to integrate, more to become.
Exactly.
You're always evolving. Our understanding of ourselves is always evolving.
That's what keeps things interesting.
It really does.
So if you're feeling a little lost, or like there's something missing,
if you're craving more meaning,
this masterclass is a great place to start.
It really is.
It gives you a roadmap,
tools to use,
and permission to be fully you.
To embrace this ancient wisdom and explore who you are.
Yeah, at the deepest level.
And to start that lifelong journey of self-discovery.
So what resonated with you today?
Yeah, what new ideas are you walking away with?
What are you going to explore further?
Yeah, check out some of those resources we talked about.
See where your journey leads you.
Exactly.
And remember, you don't have to go it alone.
No, you don't.
There are teachers, mentors, communities.
Who can support you every step of the way.
So embrace the journey.
Yeah.
Trust the process.
Yeah.
Never stop exploring the depths of who you are.
It's an incredible journey.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
We'll be back next time with more fascinating ideas to help you navigate life and create a path that truly lights you up.